and you're complaining and whining about, oh, they're not treating me the same as everybody else. Fuck you. So what?
Exactly. And I'm like, who would buy it anyway? Have you seen the prices that he's trying to? First of all, his clothes are like slave clothes for one,
Oh.
and it's like, I'm like, and then second of all, who would buy that shit? Like, who would spend $3,600 on a Kanye West outfit? Not me, not ever.
Okay, I don't know what his clothing looks like, but if it looks like what he
It
wears,
it looks like something out of 12 Years a Slave.
Wow.
And if you don't believe me, people, go Google the shit.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Well, anyway, Kanye is Kanye. Who the fuck cares?
He has a very defined aesthetic. I'll just say that.
That means it's ugly, but okay. So, what did you guys see? Okay, you both know what gun oil is, right?
Yeah, it's lube.
Yes.
The brand. So why the fact that Walmart had gun oil lubricant out by the guns because it was meant to lube their guns or something is fucking hilarious. And this guy posted it online, right? Did you see it? And
Wait. So they had gun oil next to
gun oil lubricant.
Yes. No.
Next to real guns. Real guns. Out on the shelf.
They still sell guns at Walmart?
Yeah, some of them do. Not everywhere. I don't think Texas does, but other places. Like this was Alabama or some place like that.
And this particular Walmart employee apparently couldn't read either.
Right. Yeah, and the back even says it's placed on your genitalia or some shit. I don't know. And it's
who in the fuck did that shit?
Somebody at Walmart is so completely out of the loop in culture.
No, somebody at Walmart just doesn't
have a brain. Yeah,
someone at Walmart doesn't get fucked. That's all that is.
That's the other thing. Well, it is really more of a game. I mean, that's okay. I just side note that is my lube of choice, people. So gun oil is it. Okay, silicone, that's the best.
Wait.
Silicone is good though. I like that and boy butter.
Oh, boy butter's good, but I prefer gun oil.
See, but you're not supposed to use silicone lube with condoms.
No, gun oil is specifically made to be safe with condoms, though. Even the silicone one.
Yeah.
So that's why. But you're right. Generally,
I mean, I know that doesn't really apply to you because you're married, but I'm just saying.
No, well, yeah, we don't use condoms, obviously, but no. Well, but I mean, generally, even before, I would use it.
Right. I didn't realize that Walmart. Excuse me. I didn't realize that Walmart carried extensive lubricant choices.
They don't.
As such.
I don't think that they do. I'm just saying.
That's what I thought too. I thought they only had like KY.
They do, but that's what I'm saying. They brought this in thinking it was a gun oil because they're fucking idiots.
I want to meet them. I want to meet the person that thought that this gun oil was actually used for guns. It's used for guns, all right.
The guy was reading the back of the label saying it's the one he had was the water based one, and he's like water soluble, water based for your protection. He's like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Put water inside my gun because so it'll rust. I mean, anybody who'd read the fucking thing would know it's not meant for guns, but whatever. Fucking Walmart.
So has Walmart taken it down or removed it? Or
this just happened today. I just saw it today anyway. So I don't know what the reaction to it is yet. I haven't read about it.
And this was in Alabama?
It was Alabama, Arkansas, one of those like podunk places. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, with the being Alabama, Arkansas, 9 times out of 10. With the type of people that live there, still might be on the shelf. Just saying.
I know, but we've got some listeners who listen from Arkansas. Or no, Alabama.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm just saying this may happen again.
I'm from small town Oklahoma. Okay,
I know. That's not as bad as Arkansas.
Those are my people. That's not nice. Those are my people. My backwoodsers. I'm right there with y'all.
I'm from Tennessee. Damn.
Okay, well there you go. I love me some Dolly Parton. She's from Tennessee and all that shit. So come on.
Yeah, Tennessee doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. As podunk.
Hello. Do you know where Dolly Parton is from?
Meth, okay?
She is from the Ozarks or whatever the fuck it's called.
That's like East Tennessee.
She grew up in like Memphis. That's a
She
city.
did not grow up in Memphis, you bitch.
No, I said. Jason did.
Oh, Jason.
You bitch.
but Tennessee is like
you're not your hearing aid. Shit.
Yeah, Tennessee is like the capital of like crystal meth.
Yes, I've heard that actually. Yeah.
I just thought of like Nashville and Taylor Swift. I mean,
no, there's plenty of crystal meth places and.
Well, anywhere in the South though, where there's like nothing to do, there's drugs. I mean, that's just typical.
Yeah,
that's very typical.
Nothing but a whole bunch of drugs and Amish people.
Speaking of gun oil, since we're on that topic real quick, there was a toy that I ran across on this website. Actually, it was on Queerty or whatever, and it's called the Auto Blow 2. And the Auto Blow 2 is similar to a flesh jack. Do you know what a flesh jack is?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but it does the work for you. So, so you actually literally put this thing on, and then it actually has your dick fits in this thing, whatever, and it actually has this thing that goes up and down on your penis, and it jacks you off, and you plug it in the fucking wall, and it gets you off. And I saw this online, and there was a demonstration on this page. And it was fucking hilarious because I'm like, how fucking lazy do you have to be? You have to get a machine.
No, you could use it while you play video games. Like, I feel like that's the kind of guy that would use
No,
it.
but I mean, I've seen videos on this too, similar. I think it's supposed to give you like the sensation of you getting sucked off.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
But I mean, hey, if they want to use it,
Hey,
then yeah.
I'm not against it at all. No. I'm just saying it's just hilarious to me that you
That's
can't
funny.
even be bothered to even like move your arm up and down. You have to actually get a machine to do it. But no, I think it's all good. I'm all for it. I just think it's funny. That's all. Anyway, so
Have you guys seen that movie Teeth?
no, what's that?
It's kind of old, like 6 or 7 years old. It's about this girl who has a vagina that has teeth in it.
Oh my god!
Yes.
And
Oh my God.
I feel like that thing. I feel like it would.
And they called it like vagina dentata or something like that.
Don't you know that is
would
like
make
a
me
gay
stop.
man's worst nightmare? Is a vagina with teeth. That
That's
is
any man's worst nightmare.
because every time I think of vagina, I think, what the fuck's in that hole? It's dark. You can't see in there. It's like wet and it's like a cave. And I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere near that. No, thank you. And so teeth is
That's
scary.
any man's worst nightmare, really.
I guess anyone's worst nightmare. It's disgusting. Anyway, that's hilarious that they made a movie about that. That's just really funny. See, obviously someone else is thinking about this. It's not just me. Okay,
Yeah,
so
look it up.
okay, we'll look it up. Raven Simone. This whole thing with Raven Simone
Oh yeah.
and the ghetto names thing. Let's talk about that, Jason.
Raven. How you never disappoint me, but yet you do. So she was on The View last week, later part of last week, and they were talking about about people with unique names and being hired in the workplace and that type of thing.
Right.
And she pretty much said that she was discriminatory against people with unique or ghetto, or excuse me, quote unquote ghetto or black names. She said that she would never. She said, "I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Drea."
That was horrible. That's
And
horrible.
she said, "It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to hire you." Now, here's my thing with this. Now, this was actually I actually learned a lot of stuff. Like, this was an eye-opening experience for me because at my previous job where I did the hiring and firing and that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
I was actually one of those people that if I saw a resume or it was a resume was submitted to me and it had the name Shaquandria
Mm-hmm.
or
Shaquita.
Shaquita or
I knew it,
Kinshasa
Shaquita.
or Sharika, anything like that, I would automatically be like, no.
Why?
Because in my mind,
So you agree
automatically-
with Raven Simone?
No, I don't agree with her. No, I don't agree with her. But I'm just saying, at one point I used to,
Oh, okay.
but I no longer anymore. This was, like I said, when I did, so, when HR would submit a resume to me,
Yeah.
and it said, Shaquandria, Sharika, or Kinshasa,
But you
or
would say
whatever,
no.
I would automatically
Cash
be like, no.
register.
Yeah, I would automatically say no. And now I realize it was wrong.
It
now
is.
I do this, years later.
Mhm.
But my thing was with that type of name, and this is just something that I was ignorant about. I just immediately assumed that they were
Ghetto.
the hood, ghetto, didn't have any, just didn't have an education.
Right.
Which for me, for someone who's African American, which is like, the ultimate like thing to say wrong.
Negative
you know what I
thing.
mean?
Mhm.
But it was just like I was just like no. But then later on, I realized that it's not their fault that they have that name.
Yeah.
This is something their parents wanted to name them.
Right.
So I later found out I was just like, I need to actually interview them or talk to them and see, what the case is, because it just may be the simple fact that they just had a unique name. And
I think that, look, I mean, as you said, the fact that they have that name is not their fault. They were given that name. However, every one of us, I don't care who you are, if you're going for a job interview or something like that, you have to put your best foot forward or whatever. And if you're aware that there's discrimination because of your name, whether it's wrong or right, I think that you should possibly use your middle name. use your middle name or use an alternate name or something like that so you can get the job or be taken seriously. I don't think they should have to do that, but I think that the reality is, as Raven was saying, people are discriminatory. And it's been proven. There's a 2020 episode where they did this, and they had the exact same resumes, exact same qualifications, education, everything, and they just changed the name. And the same place would take the person who had the non-quote-unquote black name and would take the white name or the more traditional American name, whatever. So obviously, if that's true and you know that, then why would you continue to go by that name? I mean, seriously, you have an opportunity.
But some people can't even go by their middle names because they may have a unique middle name. I mean,
so make something up. If you're Shaquanda, say you're Shaw or
you're
Shay or something.
Shay.
I don't know. Yeah,
not Shaw.
Okay.
So I just have to be honest. I'm always honest with you guys. I'm having a hard time understanding, and help me out, why people are so upset about this. Now, do I think that the example she used was the best example? No. But do I think she has a point? And exactly what we're kind of saying here is that we all, even if it's subconsciously, discriminate towards ethnic types of names. It doesn't even have to be a black name. It could be an Indian name. It could be a Russian name.
Right.
It's, why are people mad that she said that?
Well, I think her choice of words was poor, and I think that's what the problem is. And she said Guatemala, whatever she said. She didn't have to say that. She could have just used a real name like Shaquanda or something like that. Yeah. But I think that's the problem personally. But also, though, I mean, I agree with her, as I just said, everything I just said. I agree with her to that extent. However, if I were hiring someone, and I've hired people before, I had assistants in the past, and when I hired them, I ran across names like that, and I did not give a shit what their name was. I would look at the rest of the resume and I would meet with them if I thought they were qualified. Sometimes they were, sometimes they weren't. It had nothing to do with what they were, because I knew that someone named Shaquanda, whatever, just because she has a name Shaquanda doesn't mean she doesn't have an education. It doesn't mean she can't do the job. It just means her parents made a poor choice in names. Because honestly, why would you name your child that when you know the way America works? You know that child is going to be judged her entire life based on a name like that.
Exactly, and that's my problem too. I've just never understood why parents want to name their children these names, these unique names. I mean, and if you want to, that's fine. But I think most of the parents, well, I'm not gonna say most, the small percentage of parents that give these children unique names, I don't think they think of their future at that particular moment.
Right.
I think they just think of something that's unique and no one has a name like this, and try to change up the spelling, all that. I mean, black people have been doing this for years. Black people have been doing this for years.
Sometimes though, those names are based in African roots.
Well, no, that's fine. Not Watermelon Andrea.
No.
No, I mean like Kenya. Like Kenya is an African name.
Right.
That's a beautiful name.
It is.
Yeah, I mean there's quite a few African names, but I know Watermelon Andrea.
Right.
But my thing is that I think the reason people got so bent out of shape is because, first of all, when you hear this name, you're going to automatically assume that it's a black girl,
and you conjure up things in your mind too, of what she looks like with big hoops and
exactly, and
pop her mouth,
exactly,
like
exactly. So when people see this name or hear this name, they're going to immediately think it's going to be a black girl, for number one.
Yes,
and then secondly, they're going to think that with this type of name, no one's going to get a name because in society, black people are already looked down upon as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
if you have
this type of name, it's like it's almost like a double whammy. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Give your kid a fucking leg up.
Exactly. So it's almost like, you don't want to give this person, a job because of their name. But honestly, this happens in every day. It happens now.
Yeah, it does.
I've heard of people being turned away because their name was, Andrea. I mean, not Andrea, but
well, the thing is, it's not
Sharika or Shanika or something like that. It's
not fair. It's not fair, and they're going to have a harder time of getting making it in the corporate world or something. But look at Obama, for God's sakes. Obama has a weird name, and I think that he's fucking president of the United States of America, and he made it all the way up to to the president. So I think it's not like it's a hindrance for sure, but it's an obstacle to overcome. But it doesn't mean it has to keep you from achieving anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also I want to add, there's a girl that did a poem online It's in a video, and she was talking about the unique names and that type of thing. I'm gonna have to find it and post it on